Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So I hope everyone is staying safe in quarantine, practicing the social distancing and hopefully doing the best you can, cooped up inside. So hopefully you have games, videos, whatever else to entertain you. I know it's probably a little bit hard for some people right now, probably some more than others just because of how long everyone's been in quarantine. But please do stay safe. Best social practices, all that good stuff. But without further ado, we are back to my Shonen Jump weekly reaction reviews. This week, unfortunately, I needed to take a break last week just to kind of recharge and get a little bit of rest and relaxation in before I dive back into it. Sorry I missed it last week, but excited to get back into it this week. And again, I'm going to apologize out of hand for not remembering the names of everyone else new that's going to be on the Jackals and the Adlers. I'm just terrible with names, so I'll do my best to kind of note it as best I can as we're going through this. But let's dive straight in with Haikyuu chapter 387. And Furudate is pulling the chapter title switching bait again on us. And you think back to what is it? Sugawara back in Karusuno going, doesn't that mean he's your greatest teammate now? When he's first talking to Hinata about his and Kageyama's rivalry. And he's thinking to them in the present day, he's thinking, but now they've gone one step further. And you see the announcer going, wow, what a move. Hinata definitely switches up his spike motion into a set to the left. And while the blockers are still trying to wrap their brains around that, Bakudo slams it home. And you have 2018-19 regular season game. Men's V-League Division 1, Schweiden Adlers versus the MSBY Black Jackals. Set 1 over 20 to 25. Oh, and you see Kageyama just looking at the ball that's got spiked by him as you see turning back time to about 21 years and 1 month earlier. Oh boy. Oh, you got baby Kageyama with Tobio Kageyama, 0 years old, just drooling adorably as he's teething on this volleyball. Someone goes, hey, who gave Tobio my ball? Oh. Oh boy, I did not expect this. Kageyama has a sister. Oh boy. Oh, I cannot wait to see where this is going. And you see, hey, who gave Tobio my ball? As you see, Miwa Kageyama, 3rd grade, Tobio Kageyama's older sister. And you see, sorry, when did you get your little hands on that? And you see Kazuyo Kageyama, 61, Tobio Kageyama's grandfather, coach of the 9-player volleyball ladies municipal team Kitagawa Birds. Or maybe it's Starbirds. And as he's trying to reach for the ball, you see baby Kageyama just kind of protectively holding on to it with this look in his eyes of like, I dare you to try and take it. And the grandfather's like, oh boy, you've got a grip on that, Tobio. He's just making the angry face like, you're not taking my ball. Boy. And you see in the next page, Miwa-chan, Mom and Dad said they'd be late again tonight. Want to come with me to practice? He's like, yeah. And you see Tobio Kageyama, 3 years old. And you see, evening, Coach Kageyama. He's like, evening, Saito, how's the knee? He's like, getting much better. And you see Miwa off to the side just playing a little toss with baby Kageyama off to the side. And you see again Tobio Kageyama, age 4, as he's just dribbling the volleyball on the floor. And you see more scenes of some of the other old lady team players just playing with him as Kageyama setting the ball. And you see Kazuo going, Tobio, today's a game day for us. You won't be able to play around with the balls too much, you know. And baby Tobio's like, it's okay, I like the gym. Kazuo's like, oh, do you now? What about it do you like so much? And you see Tobio Kageyama, age 5, as he goes, the color and the smell. Kazuo's just like, yeah, it's like I totally get that feeling. And you see a ball with a little sign saying Little Falcons on it, and shirts saying Little Falcons as Tobio's joined the Little Kids League. And you see Tobio Kageyama, 2nd grade, as he's watching a group of older kids just practice spiking over the net. And you see him sitting off to the side, just practicing, setting the ball against the walls. He's bouncing it off. And you see him following along and training beside his sister. She's running up a hill and he's chasing after her. And you see the grandfather just practicing spikes to them as they're turning to dig it. And then you see, hey, Toby, is it true you don't have any video games? Some other kids are asking this and he goes, yeah. And they're like, whoa, not even a single one? He goes, not one. And they're like, you're kidding, that's so lame. And the little Toby was just getting mad. He's like, Rrr. And you see later that night, he's like, what? Miwa-chan, you're quitting volleyball? And you see Kazuo talking to Miwa, who's now looking like, you know, typical, I assume, high school girl now with the school uniform and everything. And she's going, yeah, I don't want to cut my hair, but it's an unwritten rule on the high school team that you have to cut it short. Kazuo's like, oh. And she goes, are you going to tell me that's a dumb reason to? And Kazuo's like, huh? Why would I? And she's like, oh, my boyfriend said it was dumb. And Kazuo's like, He's like, other people don't get to tell you what you think is dumb or not. She's like, Miwa-chan has a boyfriend? And she's like, Kazuo-kun, are you okay? And he goes, no one understands what is and is not important to you better than you do. No, really, are you okay? And you see again now that he's just training, Kazuo's just training Tobio solely as he's running up the hill, leaving his winded grandfather behind. And you see him practicing his setting. And you see AD versus BJ V-League 2003-4 finals. And you hear, so what position do you want to play, Tobio? And he goes, whichever one gets to touch the ball the most. And Kazuo's like, that'd be the setter. And little Tobio's just like, then I want to be a setter. And you see him grandfather just smiling fondly at him, as then you see Tobio looking in awe at the Sendai City Gymnasium. And you see him watching a professional match as you see the setter just launching the ball off to the side as the spiker's getting ready to go in for it. And he just absolutely nails it. And you see later, it's like, oh, but I want to practice more. Kazuo tells him, Tobio, today let me teach you something just as important as practice. It's called personal maintenance. You can see his grandfather just huffing as he's out of breath trying to keep up with Tobio. He's totally like, personal maintenance? He shivers. You see the season starting to change as you see that Kageyama's finally got his first jersey with little falcons and a number 12 on the back. And you see him running back to his home as he goes to his sister's room and goes, where's Kazuo-san? And Miwa's like, what? Don't you remember? Today's his doctor's appointment. And you see Kageyama kind of just contemplate for a moment as he takes off again. And you see the next page, him doing a serve, the BAM! As he sends it over the net. And one of the opposing team doesn't manage to dig it. And they go, oh wow, that's how many service aces in a row now? How old is he? And they're like, I think he's in what, 4th grade? He's like, he looks like he could play against middle schoolers. And you see Kazuo up in the rafters, just leaning on the railing, just grinning as he's watching his grandson playing. And you see the other team going, Niyama Jr., going, bring it on! And you see Kageyama just glancing at the scoreboard, which shows 12-20 for Niyama versus the Little Falcons. And he sets off another serve with the gentle bump this time. You see Kazuki is a good bump. And you see his grandfather noting something as he talked at the end of the game, goes, Tobio, there at the end of that game, did you go easy with your serves on purpose? Tobio's like, got caught. He's looking kind of embarrassed as his grandfather's just looking at him. And he goes, he's so easy to read. He knows he did it and he thinks it wasn't a good thing. So his grandfather asks, why'd you decide to do that? Kageyama's silent for a second as he goes, if I didn't, the game was going to be over too fast. I didn't want to stop. I wanted to keep playing lots and lots longer. And his grandfather gets contemplative, looks up in the sky for a second. He goes, you know, Tobio, if you get really, really good, you'll get to play lots more games. Tobio's just like, and you hear his grandfather goes, the best players get to play lots and lots of volleyball. And Tobio, little Kageyama is just loving this. As his grandfather tells him, if you get really good, I promise you, somebody who's even better will come and find you. And you see Kageyama just amazed by this. He's got little sparkle eyes going on. His grandfather's also sparkling at him. Oh, it's just so adorable. And you see Kitagawa Daiichi Middle School. Kitagawa Daiichi School Volleyball Club. Kageyama's got his jacket on. And you see one of the other first years is almost 6 feet already. And the third years are good. One of them has really amazing serves. And you see his grandfather's getting sicker and older as he's in a hospital bed. And he goes, oh really? Let me guess. Jump server? Kageyama's like, yeah, he's a good setter too, but he won't teach me anything. And Kazuyo goes, well, yeah, you may be teammates, but you're rivals too. And Kageyama's just shocked by this, like, rivals? And then he talks to his grandfather's like, I want to watch some games. As he sees some CDs lying on the desk next to his grandfather's bed. And you see his grandfather telling him, I'm sorry, Tobio, I'm feeling really tired right now. Can that wait until tomorrow? You can see Tobio's a little disappointed, but he goes, okay. And you see some more montages of him training with Oikawa as he's watching his serves, and you see him racing after them up a hill. And you see Oikawa and Oizumi having graduated, making faces at Kageyama. And you see, assume it's the fall, as the petals are falling off the trees. And you see Kageyama going, hey, I want to practice my digs. Could you hit some spikes for me? And then I think that's Kindaichi's going, what, you serious? You want to keep going still? Sorry, but count me out. I'm beat. And you see Kageyama just kind of silently staring as he goes, guess I'll practice serving, as he goes back to grab a ball. And you see more montages of him training as he's running ahead of all the group. And you see him out in the backyard just slowly setting the ball to himself. And as you see the ball starting to fall, fades into a scene of him dressed in a black suit for a funeral. You see him and his sister at their grandfather's, funeral. At the mourning ceremony, I assume. These montages always hit hard where you see Kageyama just training by himself as he's running up the hills now all alone. You see him watching the games all by himself. You see him practicing his spiking and serving, again, all alone. And you see him standing on this empty court just littered with balls. And you see, again, that moment where he sets the ball in the match with Kitagawa Daiichi, and then no one's there to actually get the ball for him. And then you see Shiratori, you see him walking away slowly from Shiratorizawa Academy High School entrance exam results, where he got the results, he didn't make it. And you see, I'm here! And you see, I knew he buried the lead again with the title. Oh, Furudate just, And you see Hinata's back with the number 20 going, this may be an Adler's home game, but Shoyo Hinata has made sure it's been all about the Black Jackals so far. And you see them just celebrating as they've got the first set tied up. And you see even Atsumi grinning. You see Bakudo cheering. You see Sakusa just, his plain old no expressionless face. And you see Oikawa's back. Oh! And you guys, if you get really good, I promise you, as you see Miwa Kageyama 29, hair and makeup artist, somebody even better will come and find you. And you have chapter 387, The Greatest Opponent. Oh my god. Oh, I cannot. I'm just getting teary eyed just reading all of this, but man, Furudate really is on another level with this storytelling where uh like I shouldn't be I shouldn't be surprised that Kageyama had such a supportive family, and that he had this ingrained passion for volleyball kind of always built in. And I guess it always just kind of assumed that that was just, something that he found himself. And then, realizing now that, was something that he was, you know, passionate about from a very young age, but that his family kind of helped nurture and support the passion for by bringing him to the gym, you know, and how his grandfather kind of helped train him and motivate him to keep going and like watch all these practice games. It just hits so much harder now, like when you reframe all of Kageyama's earlier storylines at the very beginning. When he says, when I'm worried that when I set the ball that there won't be uh, anyone there to receive it. When I set the ball, and kind of the loneliness that hits when his grandfather, who was kind of his biggest supporter and biggest inspiration, passed away, and then he's kind of looking for someone to fill that gap ever since. Someone to fill that void. I'm kind of just rambling it a bit now, but just seeing baby Kageyama, it's always been a little bit emotionally distant, but has always been kind of driven for his passion for volleyball, and just always has wanted to find a way to share that passion with everyone else and find other people that are as inspired and passionate about the sport as he is, and how he spent so many years looking for it, and facing all these disappointments, and now he's finally gotten to the point where he has the opponent he's been looking for, and he can finally play the kinds of games he's been looking for both him and Hinata. Is just, oh, I love it so much. I cannot believe that Haikyuu just keeps getting better and better and better with each chapter, and that Furudate just manages to outdo himself with each and every chapter. No matter how this match ends, and I really, really want it to be Hinata winning the match, and kind of telling Kageyama what Kageyama told him all those years back then, where Kageyama asked him again, is like, what have you been doing these past 2 years, except this time not to admonish him, but to kind of just be like, I'm impressed. What have you been doing these past 2 years? It's finally worth it. And for Hinata to grin, that's just, I want the series to end just on that, with Hinata winning, him joining the Japan team, and going to play with Kageyama. It's just, Haikyuu is so amazing. I'm so glad to experience this journey every week. And until next time, this is Ash. I will talk to you all later, and I cannot wait to see what next week brings.